Good evening, viewers. So, today let's look at storage device presentation on operating system and enterprise storage. Thank you today for joining my YouTube presentation. So, let's get into the content. Let's first look at the similarities between these two operating systems, Windows and Linux. Both act like a host for applications that run on the computer. Both have graphical user interfaces. Both Windows and Linux provide lots of control over user accounts. And also, if you see, both Windows and Linux steal features from each other all the time. If Alt plus Tab is an example of Windows to Linux, then Task View is an example of Linux to Windows. Both systems need antivirus software for utmost security. And both Windows and Linux come in 32-bit and 64-bit options. Moving on to some differences between both these operating systems. Windows use data drives like CDE, as we all know, and folders to store files, while Linux uses a tree structure beginning with a root directory to keep files organized. There can be two files in the same directory with the same name in Linux. Windows uses FAT and NTFS as file system, while Linux uses a variety of file system. Unlike Windows, Linux is bootable from a network drive. In contrast to Windows, everything is either a file or a process in Linux. The last one is Linux has two kinds of major partitions called data partitions and swap partitions. Moving on, I prefer Windows over Linux because it has biggest selection of software available for its platform that Linux operating system. Now, even though Linux runs faster than Windows, the benefit that users get to choose from a wider variety of options is available in Windows operating system. More reasons why Windows operating system is better than Linux operating system. Installation and setup is definitely complex in Linux when compared to Windows. Ease of use. Windows is definitely ease of use. More frequent software updates and patches in Windows. Wide range of support from Windows provider, as we know, 24/7. Linux is complicated when compared to Windows. Windows has a rich GUI and can be easily used by technical as well as non-technical persons. Windows collects data to enhance the consumer experience while Linux doesn't. Last one, in gaming, Windows has an upper hand, of course, by a huge margin, as most developers create games on Windows only, but not on Linux. Let's get into enterprise storage solutions. Direct attached storage, network attached storage, storage area network, software defined storage, and cloud storage. These are the types of enterprise storage solutions. Now we'll look at, in a deeper view, we'll take two of these storage types and then look at we'll compare both these storage solutions: network attached storage and cloud storage. Network attached storage is desiccated file storage that enables multiple users and heterogeneous client device to retrieve data from centralized disk capacity. Cloud storage is a cloud computing model that stores data on the internet through a cloud computing provider who manages and operates data storage as a service. Now, network attached storage stands out for its ease of access, high capacity, and low cost. It's wherein cloud storage is very efficient, very convenient way of accessing all your files on any of your computing device, but it is expensive when compared to network attached storage. Security. Data stored in your own hands in network attached storage, whereas in cloud storage, data stored by a third party. Network attached storage cannot compete with cloud when it comes to ease of use. Most major cloud services have desktop apps that make use of remote storage as seamless as using any other folder on your computer. Getting onto some more little comparison, needs more than one hard drive for backup storage and network attached storage. Backup storage comes as part of the package in cloud storage, and the cloud companies make sure the data is never lost. Faster than cloud. Of course, network attached storage is faster than cloud. Cloud storage is comparatively slower than network attached storage. Network attached storage is cost friendly, as we already saw, and cloud storage is comparatively expensive. Now let's also look at some ethical, biblical reference for ethical decision making on an enterprise data storage. I'm referring to a Bible line. He who goes about as a talebearer reveals secrets, but he who is trustworthy conceals the matter. What is the meaning of this? He who goes about as a gossip reveals secret, but he who is trustworthy and faithful keeps the matter hidden. This is a very important biblical reference to make ethical decision on what type of data storage I prefer in my enterprise. Now, cloud storage, I would prefer cloud storage because there is a formal agreement between the provider and my enterprise organization, and it is lawful, ethical, and the provider who is cloud provider is trustworthy and faithful, and he will not reveal secrets, and my data will be kept hidden from unauthorized access. Again, there is a formal agreement, as we saw, on privacy by providers. First, servers are usually located in a warehouse that most workers don't have access to. Secondly, the files stored in cloud servers are encrypted. This means that they are scrambled, which makes it far harder for criminals to access. Thus, this is a very ethical decision making. Here are some references that I use to put my contents together. And again, my name is Darshini Ganesh. Please feel free to write to me for any questions that you might have in the email ID that you are seeing. Thank you all for making it to my presentation today. Looking forward to discuss more enterprise storage solutions in detail in our future upcoming presentations. Thank you, one and all.